You made a call last year that Bitcoin would potentially see a crypto winter. I think that was what you said. Is that still happening? So far, it hasn't been great. The start of 2022 has not been kind to cryptos. What's next for us?
Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, I think we've spoken end of September, and I was quite aware of what was going on in China with the Evergrande story, and that has continued to unfold. But Bitcoin suddenly then showed some strengths again, and actually even rallied to a new all-time high. And then we had this nasty pullback since mid of November, actually. And I think that the tech stock route also contributed to that. And of course, the internet and electricity shutdown in Kazakhstan early this year also were a factor. And now we have seen Bitcoin bouncing from this 33,500 kind of range level. I think in the short term, there's a good chance that Bitcoin will continue to recover, probably 200-day moving average around 50K, maybe even a bit higher. I think many people started shorting Bitcoin and they will have to cover at some point. But right now, I think we are somehow in a consolidation in the crypto sector. And what I told you last year was, if that happens, or once this happens, you probably will see gold catching up and getting a bit again. And actually, that's what's playing out right now.
Is Bitcoin responding negatively to Fed tightening or fears of interest rate hikes, you think?
I mean, what you can see is that Bitcoin more and more starts trading together with all the other markets, right?
Yes.
So in the past, it didn't matter any news from the Fed or whatever market data you would have. Bitcoin didn't really care about it. Now you see that it does. So that means you have more and more institutional money in the sector, and it's trading together, especially with the tech stocks over the last 2-3 months, right? So I think it's not that uncorrelated anymore as it used to be. And you can obviously make the case that after this phenomenal rally over the last 14 years in the stock markets, they might be in for some more correction or deeper correction. But then again, coming back to the cracker boom, I don't think that these stock markets will crash anymore. I mean, you can have pullbacks, 20-30%, of course, that's volatility. But like a complete implosion, I don't think is.
That's a key point.
Because again, if you need to basically put your money where you want to put it, I mean, stocks are a part of your diversification. So I don't think we're going to see a complete crash and implosion in the stock market. I think they will move higher with some dips and volatility, but might not be the best asset class, right? So if you compare stocks like the S&P 500 and against the commodity index, I'm definitely a commodity bull, and I think the commodities will outperform the stock markets over the coming years. There's these beautiful long-term charts where you can exactly see that we're probably at a very important pivot point where commodities will start to outperform the stock market.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that the stock market has to go down dramatically.
Okay. Well, that's a key point. So stocks are not going to implode, but that doesn't. What does that mean? There's a big range between rallying and implosion. I mean, is somewhere in the middle? Is it still going to correct?
Yeah, I mean, they can always pull back 10, 15, 20%, right? Yeah. People would freak out, and it is already enough. I mean, it's already enough what happened over the last 2 months, that most of the dump money is extremely pessimistic, while the smart money is getting very optimistic towards the stock market. So I think from a sentiment perspective, most of the correction has been done already in the stock market.
In the stock market.
But I don't think we're going to see returns like we've seen over the last 5 years.
To your point about a bank run, suppose there is a bank run, just hypothetically, not just in Canada, anywhere, maybe in where you're staying right now in the UAE, it doesn't matter where you are. If a run of the bank were to happen, what is the best place to put your cash? Is it just cash in the vault? Would you buy gold or other physical assets? Would you put some of it in Bitcoin and digital assets and digital wallets? What is the best place to run away from the government is basically my question.
Yeah, I think it's a mix of all what you just mentioned. So, of course, you want to have some gold safely stored in a vault or somewhere hidden. You want to have some, especially smaller silver coins, like 1 ounce silver coins, to be able to do maybe some grocery or barter deals. Maybe some people won't recognize your silver ounces. So for that case, it would also make sense to have cash, your local currency. definitely. And I would also recommend to have Bitcoin on a ledger, safely stored on a ledger, not on an exchange, so then the government cannot seize it. And why not having some Satoshis on your mobile wallet as well? So I think this is already pretty good diversification in such a scenario.
Yeah.
Do you want to know one thing about crypto? I made over 3000% in profit in a few weeks. Fact is, the traditional financial system, the traditional money system makes you poor, not rich. If you want to earn $500,000, $1 million, you have to wait until you're 50, 60, 70 in the traditional financial system, and you probably will still be broke. And you will be old. This is not a sexy combination, as you can imagine. But the question is, how can you start in crypto and make these profits? Where to invest? Where to start? My name is Gunnar and I'm from Germany, as you can hear, and things are a little bit different in Germany. More about that later on. Fact is, there are lots of different cryptocurrencies. It's a gigantic universe where beginners and professionals get easily lost. But there is light at the end of the tunnel. There are 7 key steps you need to follow to become successful in this market. You have to know them, and if you fail one of them, it's literally impossible to succeed in this market. Just an example, one of the key points is your exchange, and one of the biggest are, for example, Binance and Coinbase. These are trusted and well-established exchanges, but, and this is a big but, you won't find the super profitable coins on those exchanges. The unknown super profitable coins that get gigantic profits are not traded on those kind of exchanges. They are traded on much smaller insider platforms that are barely known. And I can tell you what those super secret exchanges are and why they are so profitable. And another super important thing are the right information sources. The point is, the internet is gigantic. There are hundreds and hundreds of YouTube channels, blogs, pages, and much more. And there are also market makers and influencers. For example, Elon Musk, he is not a crypto guy, but the moment he recommended Dogecoin, it went through the roof, to the moon, so to say. But why did he recommend it? Where did he hear it from? He didn't hear it from newspapers. And believe me, he is listening to someone. But you have to know who, and you have to react before he is reacting. This is really, really important. And these are only 2 of the 7 steps you have to follow in order to be successful in crypto. And if you want to know all of these steps in much more detail, and if you want to have a comprehensive checklist, here's what you should do. There is a link below this video. Click on this link and you will get the opportunity to subscribe to my channel. Click on the link and you will see a video where I explain the next steps. So see you soon. Click on the link now. I'll see you there.